Hey, and welcome to the Hangover series. I am so excited about this. I have been wanting to start a podcast for quite some time. I've actually recorded an episode, didn't like it, recorded another one, also didn't like it, and here we are again, trying again, and seeing if I like it. So that's what's going on. My name is Erica, and I'm going to be the podcast host, me, myself, and I. And I'm very excited about this. I'm calling it the Hangover series because I'm posting this on Sundays, and I feel like I'm always hungover on Sundays. Not all the time, but some of the time. And personally, I'm hungover right now. And one of my favorite things to do when I'm feeling this way is listen to a podcast, chill out, sit in my bed, sit on my couch, and listen to people talk. I love it. I've always loved it. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite things. So I figured might as well turn one of my favorite things into something that I'm doing for myself, I guess. So is a little bit about me is that I'm a single, recently just turned 23 last week lady, and I recently moved to Chicago all alone in March over St. Patrick's Day's weekend. Kind of crazy, I know, but I promise nothing crazy was actually even happening in the area that I live in. All chill vibes over here, but I am super excited for this upcoming St. Patrick's Day and to wear green and all the things. But I kind of wanted to start this because as a 23-year-old recent college grad that just moved to a bigger city by myself, I feel like I'm really learning a lot about myself, more than I honestly ever have. And it's just such a crazy time in life where I'm meeting new friends, I'm meeting new love interests, like new boys, figuring out a new city, just got my first big girl job, all the things. And so many people that I know are going through the exact same thing, and so many people around the world. And it's such a crazy experience that I honestly don't think anyone could have prepared you for, or me for, I guess. And I see all these TikToks all the time where, they would talk about how your 20s are and stuff. And I would always watch those videos, but I never fully got it. And now that I'm in it, I fully get what they're saying. And I just wanted a safe space for maybe others to listen in and, maybe feel like they can relate to me in some way, because I feel like so many people are going through the same thing right now. And maybe I can, help give some advice in some way, or just, even me just talking about what I'm going through in my life, in my challenges and changes in life. If that resonates with someone, even just one person, I feel like that will make me happy, because personally, when I hear about other people's things and what they're going through in life, and I can resonate with them, that just makes me so happy, and it just makes me feel seen and heard. And so if I can be that for someone else, that will, we're all in this together, basically, for anyone that decides to listen. But yeah, so moved here in March. It's been a journey for sure. I live alone, and I love living alone. I do work fully remote, so work that 8 to 5 job, work remote, spend a lot of time by myself, and I love it. I honestly love it, but it can be difficult. I sometimes don't want to leave the house, and you have to do everything for yourself, and I've just never been in that situation, I guess. So yeah, I've really been learning, living alone, I've just really been learning what I like about myself. I've been learning what I hate about myself, what I like about men, what I hate about men. And I'm just kind of on this new self-discovery and self-identity wave, I guess you could say. And yeah, so I just thought, why not just share this, and whoever wants to listen out there, maybe you just need to hear someone else's life. And yeah, I'm honestly trying to find my purpose and try to find what drives me, and maybe I can help someone else do that as well. So on this podcast, basically, I plan to just talk about my dating life, my hangovers, my nights out, my friendships, and kind of just everything in between, and see where that goes. I feel like my life can be kind of chaotic and scary at times, but it's also full of so much love, laughter, and life. And yeah, so this is actually the first time that I've ever lived alone, and that I've ever lived not with my mom. So I went to college. I'm from Nebraska, and I went to college in Nebraska, in my hometown, and that was just what was made for me. Of course, I did want to, go out of state. I toured colleges in Chicago, actually, and wanted to do that, but it just wasn't for me at the time and what I was going through. Staying at home was my best option, and living with my mom was also my best option, and I'm really happy I did that because it was just for me. And when am I ever going to get to live with my mom again? So I really soaked that all in, and I miss her every day, and I call her every day, and I'm obsessed with my mom. So FYI, you'll probably hear me talk about her a lot because I'm obsessed with her and I love her so much. But yeah, I lived at home, and right when I graduated, I knew that I wanted to move and go to a bigger city, and Chicago has kind of just always called my name. So I got a fully remote job, packed my bags, and had the option to pretty much move wherever I wanted, which was super nice. And Chicago it was for now. I love it here, and I think it's such a great place. I live by the lake. It's like a walking distance from me. Super nice. I love it. And there's just so much to do here. And I love the public transportation. People sometimes look at me like I'm insane for going on that, but I'm confused because I thought that was one of the major perks of living here, and personally, I love it. You can swipe a card or use your phone, I guess, for $2.50 a day and get anywhere you need. Like, it's fantastic. It's amazing. Or you can take the bus. I'm more of a train person, but getting on that train hungover is seriously hell on earth. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy, and it's actually hell. Sometimes I will take the train to go get my favorite bagel at this place called the Bagel Authority, which is off the Belmont stop. It's literally right there. You just cross the street and you're at the Bagel Authority, and they have this bagel that is a smoked salmon, like cream cheese shit, and it's so fucking good. And I think about it every day, actually, and I should probably go there and just pick up some cream cheese and eat that every day, but try to save it for the special times. Like when my friends are visiting, I'm taking them there. But yeah, enough about bagels. I actually had a picture of that bagel that I was just describing on my Hinge for a while. And then a bunch of guys started asking me if I wanted to go on bagel dates and get bagels and hang out, which, like, that does sound awesome, but I don't need to eat that many bagels, and eating on dates is not my cup of tea. So had to remove that picture because it was actually getting out of hand. But if you are looking for attention from man or woman, put a picture of a bagel on your Hinge, and the people start talking. They're obsessed. They're like, where'd you get that bagel from? Do you want to get bagels? It's such a good conversation starter, and I didn't even know that until I did that. So I was just trying to show off my favorite bagel, and the people came to me. I did not end up going on actually any bagel dates, and I don't plan on going on a bagel date. But I'll keep you updated if that is in my future. This weekend, I told myself that I wasn't gonna go out. I said I was only gonna go out on besides Saturday, because I had plans to go out Saturday. So I'm like, Friday, I'm gonna stay in, gonna do my thing, just gonna chill, sit in my feels, cry, drink some wine, and like watch Sex in the City. That was my plan. But one of my guy friends actually just moved here. So he's like, do you want to go to this art festival? I'm like, you know what? Get me out of this house. I need to get out of the house. So went to this art festival. It was pretty fun. Had a drink. And then we went and met up with this other guy I know that I met in Omaha, actually, and he is from here. So we went and got drinks with him, and then we went to this place called Goodnight John Boy, which was fun. It's like a little disco vibe place. It was super packed, and I did not plan on going there, so I showed up in a baseball cap and sweatpants, and, you know, I was comfortable, so I was having a time. And yeah, I woke up the next day and was feeling all the feels, but I went and got myself coffee, tanned outside, made some lunch/dinner. I think that's called dinner. Not sure if people still use that word, but I kind of like it. Dinner. Hey guys, let's get some dinner. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that actually, but did that, and then I went out on the town. And one thing about me is I can go out with my friends, and if they want to go home, I'm totally okay with staying out by myself, I guess. Not sure. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like I'm always at a drunk state where, like, I know what's going on. I don't like to be at a drunk state where I don't know what's going on. So I went out with my friends last night. We pre-gamed pretty hard, I guess I would say. And we went to this little underground bar. They had, like, pong. They had darts, pool, all the things. We played darts. And normally I feel like I'm pretty good at darts. Like, I can beat anyone. And I swear that dart machine was broken because they weren't even sticking in the machine. Like, they were just falling onto the floor. So something had to be wrong there because, But my friends all were like, we're going home. Another one, Irish goodbye. And then some guy came up to me and was like, do you want to go to this next bar with us? I don't know if we had been chit-chatting. Not really sure. That's a little bit blurry as I'm saying that. I don't like to get blurry drunk. The night does get blurry. But I must have been talking to this guy earlier or something. I don't know why he asked if I wanted to go to the next bar, but I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. Because all my friends were leaving, so I'm like, might as well. So my friends all leave. I'm with this guy. He seemed really nice. And the whole time that I was with him, like, I didn't realize that he was hitting on me. I thought that we were just giving, like, friend energy. So he's like, let's go have another drink at my place, which, yes, I know you guys are all going to be like, okay, girl, you're going to this guy's house. Obviously, it's not just friend vibes, but, like, if you had been there, you also would have thought he was just your friend. I swear to you. So we go back to his house to get his friend or something, and we have a beer, a Modelo to be exact, and a little bit of rosé. Not really sure what was going on. And then we went to the Hang Up, which I have been spending too much time there, I think. I've only gone there like 3 times. But it's this bar that's open till I think like 5 in the morning here, people say. And it's crowded. It's fun. I think there's like a downstairs and an upstairs. I don't know. But I just like the idea that it's open till 5 a.m. because your girl does not know when it's time to go to bed. So we go to this bar. I think his friend paid for us to get in, which honestly, bless up, because I hate paying $20 to get inside a bar. That's just crazy to me. I mean, I do that quite frequently, I guess, when I'm really trying to party, but why am I paying to get in here? Like, don't you want me in here? I feel like I should just go in for free. But I know that someone paid for me to get in, so happy about that. Then we start hanging out with, like, these other guys who I thought were giving friendly vibes too. So I have like these 3 guys around me, but I thought we were all just friends, you know, because what guy wants to hang out with another guy? Like, there's no way all 3 of you are hitting on me, you know? Like, that just didn't make sense in my brain. But I was just there having a good time, drinking the free drinks, living my life, drunk texting this guy that I'm into. Literally read those this morning and was like, oh my God. I told myself I'm not allowed to text him when I'm drunk because I am just so embarrassing sometimes, and I hate reading my drunk text the next morning because it gives me so much anxiety, and I'm so scared that if I text a guy that I'm into when I'm drunk, like just some ridiculous shit, he's not gonna like me, and it just gives me so much anxiety, and I just don't want to read them. And I don't know, I can't even think about it right now because it is just bringing terrible vibes to me. But yeah, so we're all dancing, we're having a good time. I think we took like a green tea shot, and then your girl was tired. So I'm like, I'm gonna get an Uber, guys, gotta go. This is when I realized it wasn't friend vibes, because this guy's walking me to the Uber and he asks if he can come home with me. I'm like, what? Like, no. He's like, can I just like get in your Uber and come with you? I'm like, no, I'm going home by myself. Like, I'm going to bed. Like, huh? And I think he asked me like 3 times, like, can I just get in the Uber and come back to your place? Like, sir, no. Which also, my apartment layout is, I live in a studio, and basically to get to my bed, you climb up a ladder, and it's like kind of like, I think it's considered a loft, but you climb up this ladder, and then there's like this area where basically just my bed is up here. And yeah, I think it's considered a loft. And so, sorry, but this apartment was literally made for Barbie. This is not a Ken Play house. This is for Barbie. Like, no boys allowed. No guy is coming in here. I have had one guy over. But he was special, I guess. But yeah, no, like, this is for Barbie. This is not for Ken. This is no boys allowed. Like, if you are a man and I'm letting you up here, just know that you are so special, because that's just seriously not happening. No, that's not happening. But like, and I wasn't even into that guy, so like, what? I thought we were just friends hanging out, having a good time. Now you're trying to get in my Uber. I live in Barbie dream house. It's not made for Ken. Get away from me. But I did take a lot of videos last night. Guess that was just the vibe I was on. I'm like, so ridiculous. And if I showed you guys these videos, you would agree that it was just friend vibes. I don't know, I must have been being pretty funny though, because they're all laughing at me in these videos. But basically, the moral of that story is that be safe out there. This is like the 3rd time where my friends have been like, I'm going home, and I'm like, well, I'm not going home. Is this the 3rd time, or is this the 4th time? I think this is the 3rd time. The first time I did this was freshly when I moved here, and my friend and I had been drinking for quite a while, actually, and she was ready to go home, but we had been hanging out with these guys all night, and they were friend vibes. They were super cool. I went to another bar with them. We took shots, did the thing, and then I think they realized that it was so friendly vibe and they were horny, so they found some other girls and were like, okay, bye, we're actually gonna go home with these girls. Have a good night, girlfriend. I'm like, what? But so thankful for Uber, because Uber just saves my life. Like, okay, you ditched me, you're going home with your ladies, let me just call an Uber up. Like, it's so nice. So that was the first time when I hung out with people alone. The second time I did it was with my friend. I think she was with a guy. I don't know, but that time was actually really fun. We were at, I believe, a bar called Lottie's, and like downstairs they had, I feel like a DJ was down there. I think there was a DJ down there, and we were dancing, and I was hanging out with these people for quite some time. I think there was a dance circle even going on. I don't know, but I had a great night. And then I got an Uber home, and those people were so kind. I love them, and I haven't talked to them ever again, but they did wait for me to get in my Uber, which was really sweet of them. And then, yeah, last night, I guess I did the same thing. So, yeah, I honestly, like, moving to a big city, it's so hard, I feel like, to make friends and to find, you know, like, your group of people. Like, I don't want to necessarily say I haven't found my group of people, but I have, like, you know, my friends, but I don't have, like, a huge, or even, like, I don't have, like, a group of, like, 10 people that I can go out with, you know. Me and a couple friends go out, like, last night we had a group of us, but that was kind of just different friends from different groups of life that I went out with, and, you know, everyone ended up going home. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you're moving to a big city and you like to go out, I know that it is so intimidating and so scary to put yourself out there, because that's just, like, it's just a scary thing to do. But I guess a suggestion, not sure if this is a good suggestion at all, but if you, like, can control your alcohol and, you know, you have Uber or Lyft on your phone, you watch your drinks, you watch your surroundings, and you're having a good time, like, have a drink or, you know, a couple drinks, maybe find at least one person to go out with and then start talking to other people. Or, I mean, I haven't personally showed up at a crazy bar by myself and done all that. I kind of mingled my way through, but yeah, you seriously just have to put yourself out there. And no, actually, that is a crazy suggestion. Not me telling you guys that you should go get hammered and show up at a bar by yourself. Don't do that. I feel like that's not safe. But just put yourself out there, and we can get more into that, like how to make friends in a big city. I know how difficult it is, as I'm literally going through it right now, but it's also so fun and I love it. But please don't take that advice of going to get hammered and showing up at a bar and making random friends. That was the worst advice I think I could have ever given. So I'm very sorry about that, but I will give better advice, I promise. I really look forward to this podcast, and, you know, I look forward to hopefully people listening to this podcast. And, you know, if you live in Chicago, let's be friends and we can go get drinks together so we don't have to show up at the bar alone and be silly. But I look forward to this, and I'll catch you guys next week.